Hello, my name is Nelson Delgado. I'm an energy psychologist who does pay attention to celestial bodies in our solar system and the wheel of change, which would be called the zodiac, as well as how it correlates to I Ching and the evolutionary process in our consciousness. 2026 isn't here to punish you. It's here to train your emotional intelligence. This year doesn't move gently. It moves truthfully. And if you felt like emotional waves have been getting stronger, your triggers louder, your intuition clearer, or your old coping strategies becoming less effective, you're not failing. We're all being initiated. The moon phases for 2026 aren't just moments in the sky, they're emotional checkpoints, each one asking you to release survival patterns and reclaim self-trust or trust in yourself. And I don't mean the voices in your head. I mean the signals coming from the core of your body. Today, I'll guide you through every new and full moon cycle, not as predictions, but as inner challenges, so you can navigate the turbulence instead of being taken under by it. Stay until the end because I'll also share a reward for doing this inner work later in the video. What becomes possible when self-trust replaces fear as your inner authority. Here's the tone for 2026. This is a year of integration over perfection. It's asking us to stop waiting until one is ready and start listening to what's already alive inside you. This is a year where, number one, control gives way to trust. Number two, ego learns to collaborate with the soul. And number three, emotional honesty becomes the gateway to empowerment. So let's walk the lunar path, one emotional wave at a time. Upcoming soon, we have a January new moon in Capricorn. The theme here is limitation, fear of confinement. This new moon asks you to confront a quiet truth. You don't need unlimited freedom to begin. You need clarity inside your constraints. Instead of resisting your current limitations, ask the following: where am I already abundant, even here and now? Initiation doesn't come from escaping structure. It comes from working wisely within it. Here is a seed for your intention. What can I responsibly begin now without waiting for conditions to change? Moving forward to the February full moon in Leo. The theme here is division and the fear of transgression. This full moon illuminates how inner unity heals outer division. Look back. Where did you let your inner wisdom guide your choices? Where did honoring your true self help dissolve conflict within or with others? Because leadership this year isn't supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be integrated. And during the full moon, this is the harvest insight. Unity begins the moment I stop betraying my own truth. The sum of this new moon and full moon cycle is the following. We're moving from limitation to leadership. And this cycle asks us, what can I now give from my internal abundance to heal division starting within, such as the different parts, such as your inner critic, your wounded child, your inner saboteur, your inner victim, and or inner rebellious teenager. Let what you've unified internally become what you offer externally. Next cycle, the February solar eclipse. The theme here is all about desire and its fear of denial, especially of false guides. This eclipse asks a sacred question. What would my soul love to do that my ego could actually get excited about supporting? Notice where you've followed voices that promised certainty but asked you to abandon your truth. This is the moment to reclaim aligned desire, where ego becomes a participant, not a saboteur. Then we have the March lunar eclipse. The theme here is about confusion and the fear of conformity. Instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, what vision naturally ignites me without force? True fulfillment doesn't come from approval. It comes from self-expression that feels inevitable. And the sum of this cycle is that one must plant a vision rooted in radical self-acceptance, fertilize it with trust in self, experiment boldly, not to prove worth, but to discover the resonance that is waiting. Next cycle, March new moon. The theme here is complexity and the fear of being misunderstood. Here's the liberation. You don't need to explain yourself perfectly to be understood meaningfully. Sometimes a meme can communicate better than a masterpiece. Release the pressure to overperform your authenticity. Let simplicity carry your truth. The April full moon. Its theme here is inadequacy, group uncertainty. This moon asks one to receive reflection. Notice, what do others consistently value in you? What comes naturally that serves the group? Your medicine may feel ordinary to you. That's because it's integrated. The sum of this cycle is the following. Distill your essence, offer it cleanly. Those seeking it will recognize its value. Next cycle, April new moon. The theme here, chaos and false identity. The question here is, which roles drain you because they no longer are true? This new moon invites childlike creation, free from obligation, rich in curiosity. Power returns when innocence leads. And that innocence I'm speaking of is the childlike innocence that you can reclaim now. The May full moon. The theme here is interference, group hierarchy, where harmony isn't sameness, it's belonging through difference, supporting unique expression within the collective, and watch resistance dissolve into contribution. The sum of this cycle is the following. Play again, create together, trust that's what's needed will emerge even amid the chaos. Next is the May new moon. Theme here is mediocrity and imitation. Your natural expression doesn't need comparison. Stop copying paths that dim your fire. Share what lights you up. That's where resonance lives. The May full moon. Here is the theme of inertia and or numbness, where leadership here means listening deeply. By being receptive to the needs of the whole, you model endurance without burnout. And the sum of this cycle is, do you fully listen carefully, build the bridge between your expression and what your audience truly needs. The next cycle is the June new moon. The theme here is vanity, false identity loss. It's time to grieve who you thought you had to be. That grief is fertile. It clears space for what's easier and truer to become. The June full moon. The theme here is dissatisfaction and ideology. It's time to release borrowed beliefs. Find your own rhythm. Leadership begins with inner listening. The sum of this cycle is the following: repurpose the inner parts that you've had so much struggle with. You can renegotiate the critic's purpose to become the coach or cheerleader. Number 2, resistance becomes discernment. Create a healthier internal ecosystem. Next cycle, July new moon. The theme here is the intellect and the fear of being wrong. This new moon challenge is about questioning the facts of your survival mind. It's time to question the facts your survival mind uses to justify old behavior. Wisdom isn't certainty, it's discernment rooted in self-trust. The July full moon. The theme here is fantasy and the fear of disappointment. Some plans fail because they weren't soul-led. Now is the time to trust inner guidance, even without clear timelines. The sum of this cycle is about letting creative guidance lead. Let survival intelligence support. Together they serve both self and others. The next cycle starts with a solar eclipse in August. The theme here is of intolerance and false reasons. Meet every protective part with compassion and ask, what are you trying to keep me safe from? Understanding dissolves intolerance. The August lunar eclipse. The theme here is victimization and the dilemma of external validation. It's time to release the victim identity. Mistakes are teachers, not verdicts. Freedom begins when responsibility is reclaimed with compassion. The sum of this cycle is this: forgive your ancestors, forgive others, forgive yourself. End the cycle of powerlessness without excusing harmful behavior. The next cycle starts with the new moon in September, and the theme here is oppression and the dilemma of taking personal responsibility. Inner oppression must be transmuted before outer oppression can be dissolved. Self-responsibility is one's path to resurrection. The September full moon. The theme here is constriction and the fear of the void within us. It's time to dance with your fears. Integrate wisdom from past mistakes. Confidence will grow through intuitive assurance. And the sum of this cycle is strengthen your intuition beyond the control or the boundaries of your logic. Let the sixth sense become more familiar to you. October new moon. The theme here is an unease and the fear of trusting the unknown. If it feels right in your core and the timing feels alive, that's enough validation. October full moon. The theme here is selfishness and the fear of win-lose dynamics. Start by creating a new internal agreement with all the parts internally that deserve to be heard, not to dominate, but to collaborate. The sum of this cycle is prayer, meditation, trust, and internal respect becomes external harmony. The next cycle with the new moon in November, the theme there is entropy, which is to build truth in groups. Create safety to share truth within yourself first. Then one can make boundaries that make honesty sustainable. Then the full moon in November. And the theme in that is superficial influence. True influence is energetic, and natural presence carries more weight than performance. The sum of that cycle means that self trust creates a signal that others instinctively also trust. And then the last moon cycle in December. The theme here is impatience and the fear of surrendering. It's time to release expectations. Nature teaches timing better than force ever could. The December full moon. The theme here is ego versus self guidance. Ego continues to seek safety. The self offers the reassurance. Listen until the ego relaxes. The final sum of this last moon cycle is to honor both where the divine force worked for you and where trust flowed. Let both inform wiser leadership within you. And the result will be that you'll be a much better leader at the end of the year. Here's a reward from doing all this work. You stop needing permission. You stop outsourcing authority. You stop confusing intensity for truth. Self-trust becomes your compass, and self-empowerment becomes sustainable. If this journey resonated with you, I'll be sharing a special offering designed to support deep emotional integration and self-guided empowerment. And if you're drawn to shadow work, emotional intelligence, and reclaiming your inner authority, subscribe to this channel and walk this path with us. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let's do it consciously. Down below in the description, you'll find a link to the reward that's in it for you in regards to navigating the moon phases, as well as the other special celestial events that are going to affect our consciousness. I look forward to serving you and helping you through this process. And don't hesitate to look at all the other videos I have regarding shadow work and emotional micro contemplations in my shorts. God bless you on your journey. Thank you for watching this long. I'm grateful for you to have found me. God bless you and namaste.